Are you a believer?
Of what?
Paranormal, supernatural, ESP, aliens, any of it?
Spiritual realm.
I'm going to tell you a story.
I'm Elijah Wood.
And I'm Daniel Noah. Ana Lily Amirpour's family escaped Iran for the U.S. just before the Iranian Revolution in the late 1970s, and Lily, as we know her, grew up in Bakersfield, California.
Now, Bakersfield is probably not the easiest place to grow up as a young woman of color, but Lily managed to take those feelings of alienation and process them into the start of an incredible body of work.
When we had just started our company, SpectreVision, numerous people told us about a special project called A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night. We met Lily and we fell in love.
We were executive producers on the film. The lead producer was her cousin, Sina Sayad. Sina sadly passed away last year, and you will hear Lily process this in some really profound and interesting ways.
Since we worked with Lily, she's made The Bad Batch, as well as directing episodes of Legion, Castle Rock, and Jordan Peele's reboot of The Twilight Zone. Blood Moon, her new film, is shooting this summer in New Orleans.
This was a very emotional interaction, and we are so grateful that Lily entrusted us with such an intimate, candid glimpse into her private life.
And remember, if you're moved by what you hear, be sure to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen so that you never miss an episode.
This is Visitations
With Elijah Wood
and Daniel Noah. And now, Ana Lily Amirpour. Since I've driven to Lily's place. Yeah, I'll never forget visiting her at her house for the first time and meeting her. And then she had like an easel with like a sort of big pad of paper, and on each page of this giant pad of paper, she'd worked out all of the characters, wow, their backstories. Wow. She told me the backstory of the vampire and how old she was, all of which was not necessarily going to be expressed in the film. And that really blew my mind, that her vision for the thing was so unbelievably clear.
And complete.
And complete.
Yeah. It's always so interesting to hear where ideas come from, if you can even remember. We're going to be a little early, right?
We are going to be a little early.
Should we throw rocks through the window to announce our presence?
Stand outside with a giant boombox held high in the air.
Wow, it's been a few years, huh?
It has been.
Come in.
Come in? Was that a come in?
Hello? Hey!
Hey, you
How are
guys.
you? Awesome Black Sabbath shirt.
Yeah.
Hi.
So
Oh my God, we were just saying, it's been like years, I think.
How you doing?
Really good.
Exactly the same.
I saw you at the cemetery.
How you doing? Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
I saw you on the street too, running.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Welcome to
Thanks.
my house.
Dude, your house looks fucking awesome.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it different?
It is a little bit.
I think
I feel
that
like this
built-
is different. The shelving.
Baby piano's probably new.
Baby piano.
Yeah.
It's a toy piano, right?
It's a toy baby toy
Yeah, yeah.
piano. Yeah, it's like.
I love these.
Yeah.
Do you know where your ideas germinate from?
Yeah, lots of different places. I think like it's like a scavenger hunt through the like psychic cosmos of like my perception and experiences, mind, fascinations, and passions, which are always changing. So it's like, it could be a homeless man I see on the street, that piece of music, like a performance of an actor in a movie, like something I read, Rumi, like D. Antwoord, Elvis Presley, like fucking my dad's 57 T-Bird, like muscle men and muscle beach and
all sorts
bodybuilding,
of
you know, like
ephemera.
whatever fascinates you. But then like going into that fascination and exploring it, it's like, it gets to be like a ticket to adventure to your own, like into your own passion. And then people's links with yours, you know, like, and then it blooms. It's like wonderful. It's really wonderful, yeah. I want to do it like that always. It's like a different way of thinking about it than maybe some people do.
Yeah. How did Girl come about? What was the sort of initial inception?
The chador was the first thing, because then I like put it on. I felt like instantly like a vampire and wanted to ride a skateboard. And so it was just that thing was like, this is alive now. And then I made the short. I was like, she's this vampire, this Iranian vampire. Then I made a short and it was just like her having dinner. That's it. And then I was like, I just want a whole movie. I just want her, you know? And then, like, what world does she live in? And I do think like I feel like and you kind of become aware of this as you make more stuff and you're like basically doing advanced psychotherapy on yourself in a way, like, and then you look at your stuff. It's like, I think the system and the place is a character that always seems to be like housing everything. Like Bad City, a place where there's corruption and how like the system creates, everyone's a product in some way of the environment and the system and the structure and stuff. So like going into that kind of stuff, Bad Batch is like this fence in this area, and it's like, this is the way it is here, and how do people socialize in this kind of stuff. I was making horror movies when I was 12 years old. And I was editing in camera, and I made like a slasher film, like, and figured out how to do blood and when to put the knife in and cut. And it was kind of good. It's like, had some jump scares in it. And then I made stuff that was bad. I remade commercials from TV.
Whoa.
Like, I made haunted houses, which is also a very...
Wait, haunted houses that you'd walk through?
Yeah,
you
like
design them?
in middle school, I made like a crazy, awesome, like, put some haunted houses to shame.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
What did you do?
My parents were like, what is she doing? Because it was like 4 weeks of the backyard was like turning into this. It was just, because it didn't look like anything until the end when it was like fully dressed and the actors. I had my friends. I just made rooms. I made corridors out of black tarp. Like I put ropes. I made ropes like across the whole yard from the fences. And then I got black tarps, tons of massive black tarps to make the walls.
Okay.
And then,
you were 12?
So all it looked like was these giant flaps of black tarps. Like, you know, my mom was like, what the fuck are you doing? And like, it made mud and it was just and then I made each room into, like, each path, because then the tarp, you could just X-Acto the doors.
Yeah.
So then each room was, the first room was a vampire, it was a coffin on a, like, up at people level, like up high, and you had to walk, and I made the path so you had to walk around things and get like into, you couldn't avoid going, to get through the room, you had to walk around. And there was Adela was a vampire just laying there, and you just like go, and then somewhere around she would like get up and fuck with you. Oh my God. And then the next room, which I think was the scariest, was an attic like vibe, and it was I put a rug and bookshelves, and I had Megan Flanagan was a grandma, and she had like a shawl and a wig and looked all old.
Who was Megan Flanagan?
Megan was a friend of mine in middle school.
Yeah. Oh, she was your age?
Yeah, they were all my friends.
Yeah, got it. Okay.
I just remember who played what part. And she was like rocking, and she had glasses, and she was like rocking all fast. And then she'd be like, as you came in to go through, she'd be like, get out of my attic! And they're just like, that was the most, I feel like the most terrifying. People like, the minute she yelled,
Who was your clientele? Was it other kids? Or
Everybody in the
Yeah.
neighborhood. Like, it was like, because people that night, I wish I had publicized it more too, because it was like super popular, and they
Was
were
it just one night?
It was just Halloween.
Right.
Whoa.
And then, and parents were bringing their kids. I had signs up in the neighborhood in Bakersfield.
Yeah.
And then there was a room with a mad scientist, Susanna Johnson. And it was like this laboratory with like ears, and because you could get like little rubber fake ears and
Sure, yeah.
eyeballs and on bloody trays. And she was like, and spaghetti in a jar, and just like stuff that looked like parts and intestines. And
Sure.
it wasn't that scary. And then I was a hobo in a room that was like graffiti and garbage cans and garbage everywhere, and I like made myself full of clothes and dirty and like laid there and was like, please give me $1, can you help me, and grabbing onto people. That was fun, yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've always just been like doing
Got
it. Like, I think it would be freaky to think of it in that way.
Sure.
I like
Sounds
working.
healthy.
I like making. I made comics when I was a kid. It's just like I like telling stories and making worlds and stuff, and like I like the work itself.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, people they have really negative associations to the word horror.
To the word horror.
I find that, like, in particular when I'm not in LA, and someone goes, "What do you do?"
It's
And I
like,
say, "Oh, I
what
make
does that
horror
mean?
films."
And
they
there's
go, "Oh,
never-ending story
Yeah.
in the same category
Right.
as.
Yeah.
But because when that horse goes in the swamp of sadness, that's one of the most important early films that I was like moved by.
Same.
That was a big one for me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm like, that horse going down. It's so dark. It's
Yeah.
so fucking. It wrecks you.
Yeah, it's really upsetting.
Yeah.
It's eyelashes, and he's like, no, don't give in. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
God, you can lose the most important things.
Yeah, well, that's why we talk about this all the time.
Yeah.
That I think, for us, the genre that we love most tends to be about
Fantasy.
loss
Oh.
and grief.
Yeah.
And it does seem like it's often a platform to process those feelings in a way that feels strangely safe because it's removed from reality.
Yeah.
But so many of the greatest horror films, loss and grief are a major theme. They're
Yeah.
certainly in both of your features, I would argue that although we don't know the girl's backstory, you can see that she was hurt.
Yeah.
You can see that she lost someone she cared about
Yeah.
in her eyes,
Yeah.
at some point. And Bad Batch is very much about loss.
Yeah. I love how people see different things. than
Yeah.
what you, like
Sure.
it's interesting to hear you say that, and for me to be like, oh yeah.
Would you
that's-
not think of them that way?
Well, I just know I definitely acknowledge and see that loss and grief is part of the human experience.
Yeah.
So I don't really actually think it could ever be absent from
Sure.
any truthful storytelling.
Sure.
Because there's no value to anything unless the potential to lose it is there. So, like, how do you even know what love is unless your heart's broken? How do you know what life is unless you face death? All that shit. But, like, wealth, trading places is, like, about the same. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's like, I feel like I always want to, like, somehow find the power of the individual amidst of a dark, overwhelming system. Because I feel like the never-ending story is that, and the power of the imagination of this kid, and that he's alone, and the kid reading the book.
Yep.
And he's alone, and he has to like go on this adventure through this other character in the book. It's actually very meta about like filmmaking too, because he's like empowered by this other world with all these allies to fight the nothing. So abstract and like.
Yeah.
And then I feel like in the Bad Batch, it's like she spat into the system and it destroys her, but she still wants to question the walls and go through the hole and put herself at risk. The independent individual.
Yeah.
Like Back to the Future has that. It's like Home Alone has that. It's like this, you have power. You small, you. Lord of the Rings has that. It's like one little insignificant speck of a person can affect their environment.
Where do you think that comes from for you? Why is that a meaningful theme?
That's a good question. What do you think? I'm like, I. It's a good question. Where does it come from? I don't know. Maybe because like I just don't feel like I ever really fit in any group or social order or structure all the way. It all seems a little fishy to me or flimsy. Even my own family, who I adore, I'm just like, but this isn't also the end game. Like, I'm like this individual soul spirit, and it feels like I'm a visitor always or something. I don't know.
That's fascinating.
That is fascinating.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Did I just out myself? I don't know what I'm saying.
Well,
but-
I had this professor at NYU, Venable Herndon, who he had a huge impact on my development as an artist and
A professor?
Yeah,
A
professor.
university.
Yeah, who passed
Yeah.
away while I was in school, which was devastating. But I remember once I had asked him to read a script of mine and give me notes, and he said, okay, and he scheduled office hours, and I came in and I sat down, and he said the first thing out of his mouth was, do you have a step parent? And I do, and there was nothing about a family in my script at all, and I was really rattled, and I said, yeah, I do. How do you know that? And he said, well, it's so obvious from your story. And he talked to me about this concept of the bottleneck, the emotional bottleneck, or the bottleneck of awareness. And he said, we're all processing stuff from our childhood throughout our lives as artists. That's what we do over and over and over and over again. And if you can open up the bottleneck and identify the issues that you're working out consciously, your work will flow better. But conversely, he said, if you're smart, you can read through a person's work what their issues are, which is a terrifying notion as an artist, right? That you have the better you are, the less privacy you have.
Yeah, that you're more naked than you could possibly
Yeah,
imagine.
exactly. I do
Yeah.
feel like that.
Yeah. So it's a provocative question to say, what does
is.
this mean to you? But ideally, you're answering that question with your films and exposing really
That's
intimate,
right.
private things about yourself.
That's right. That's 100% right.
But if Venable were sitting here,
Yeah.
he'd say, Lily, you should probably try and probe yourself a little more, figure out why this theme of an individual affecting the system is meaningful to you.
Yeah.
But you're doing great, so don't worry about it.
But essentially what you're saying too is that you feel like an outsider
Yeah.
on
Yes.
some level,
Yeah.
and the greatest art is made by outsiders.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because they have
Absolutely.
a perspective that is unique unto
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
They don't feel like they fit in. If you fit in, then you would
Yeah.
not have a worldview that you have.
Yeah.
You would be amongst
Yeah.
the crowd or whatever the fuck
Yeah.
part of society that you
Yeah.
would feel like you belong to. But if
Yeah.
you don't belong, if you feel like you don't belong, and you look at things from a very different prism.
Yeah. Totally. I think it is. I mean, that's also kind of, if you think about it, it's like on the nose, because it's like Iranian people who like left a country to escape like a revolution, went to Europe and then left there to get more kind of freedom and mobility, and came to to America, and then so it's like you're like steps removed away from right away from like just being acclimated to like this is what you're like of a place where everyone speaks the language you do, looks like you do. Because I came too like brown and with a British accent. It was like a lot of things.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it was just like, who the fuck is this? It's like,
Sure. Sure.
And I was never like girly either, so I never got into that. It just never like, there was no thing. There was like my own world.
Yeah.
And it was like the never-ending story. It's
Yeah.
like, but I feel like everybody has that. It's
Yeah.
in some part in your soul. That's why it's so universal. We're all outsiders.
Yeah.
So it's
Totally.
like that's the
Yeah.
irony, the ultimate irony
Yeah.
of the human experience.
Totally.
It's like,
Yeah. Do you feel like you found a system that you do feel a part of?
That's a good question. That's a really good question.
Do I? Mm-hmm. Yes. My partners.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our company. It's the first time I've ever felt it.
Yeah. You mean like a work thing?
Work or personal. I mean, I also, my family at home too, that I feel that way about.
Them.
Yeah. But I guess I'm talking a little bit more about work
Work-wise.
or work or societal.
It's all one thing for me, man.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't have
that's,
a separation between. I am 24/7.
Yeah.
365 days of however many days I have of existence as in this form.
Yeah.
I am in the same society of my mind.
Of the mind.
Yeah, my system is probably just wherever.
Got it. Yeah.
It's the same as it's been as you've been talking. It's the same that it's been since you were a kid.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're essentially doing the same process as building the.
Hopefully taking in different information.
No, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. But
yeah, for sure.
the creative process has always been there.
Yeah. Yes, that's actually true. It has always been
Amazing.
Well,
Yeah.
but this gets at, and this is a very provocative question, but it's something it's one that I'm asking everyone, and I'll answer it myself too. But is balance between I guess what we call professional and personal, and a lot of artists will answer as you do. Well, there is no distinction
For me.
But where does love and family fit in?
That's the work.
That's the work.
That's what feels like a job that takes away from my
Oh, that's the
freedom.
work. I see what you're saying.
yeah,
that's
like
the part
that's
that you have
the
to
job.
work at. Yeah.
All that even though that's nourishing stuff, it's not exactly like a job because it's not like a soulless job. It's deeply nourishing stuff that like I have to be reminded actually that I need because I can't just fully Doc Brown. Doc needs his dog and Marty and lots of things to he can't just, but he can.
But do you need those things if you have to be reminded of them?
I need them, but I also need to shed them when when it no longer makes me feel like if I start to feel like I'm in a straitjacket in some way, shape, or form. And the people that are really, really close to me understand that I am that way. I don't really have a rear view mirror either.
I think we talk about this all the time, that I'm just fascinated by the question of how people in our industry maintain long-term romantic relationships.
They have somebody that sacrifices a shitload for them.
Well, either that or as Chris Rock said, you got to find somebody who does what you do, and that's what Elijah and I are both in those kinds of relationships, and they're both the best relationships we've ever had.
Yeah.
Where you find it just turns.
You're on a parallel path on some level,
Yes.
and you can also share your process with the other person, and vice versa.
Yes. But even just the travel of it all, just that,
the logistics.
Yeah, just
the travel of it all
we're both
is,
traveling to the same places
logistically.
together, and it's because it's so hard for people who
Yeah.
don't do what we do to accommodate our
Really,
lifestyle.
it became the straw that broke the camel's back of my last. I've noticed something in the last 5 years is that I only ever had a boyfriend when I was in the edit.
Fascinating.
And once I start writing, it's almost like
That's so interesting.
I start getting in a relationship with the characters I'm writing and talking about them, and they're like, "Are you they're not real?" I'm like, they're 100% real. You can't say that. They're real, and I'm gonna go hang out with them.
Well, yeah, and you fall in love with your characters a little. I learned real early that I had two when I was making short films in college. I fell in love with my actresses, and then the movie would wrap, and I'd go, "Oh no, I fell in love with my character. I don't even know this woman." And I put a quick stop to that. But yeah, it's true. You fall in love. You're in love. You have to fall in love with the people that you're writing.
Yeah, I mean, they require a lot of your time.
They do. What scares you as an individual?
The internet. because all I care about is the power of the individual, like in a human life, and I feel like it's like this weird deterrent to real life.
Yeah.
It's like it's the Matrix or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it scares the shit out of me.
Yeah.
To tell you the truth. The internet, it's part of, I'm not like, damn the internet, you know? It's there. I'm on it. I fucking like enjoy things on it. There's so many cute kitten videos and stuff like that, like amazingly cute things and fun things.
Well, the internet, it sounds like it's more social media that you're reacting to than the internet as a whole, or the interactivity of.
It's all one to me now.
Because at the beginning, the internet was,
now-
it was like getting access to the world's greatest library. It was like before all the interactivity, it was amazing. It was like you could have any information that you wanted at any time.
You know what it feels like? It feels like the Twitter thing and the internet, because Twitter brought it all into one place.
Right.
So that's why when I say, and so to me the internet is kind of Twitter in a way.
That's what I mean, yeah.
Because all the YouTube videos, all the articles,
Everything
all the
gets siphoned
whatever's
through that one.
trending, whatever like goes viral,
Yeah.
it's like that's this mainframe bottleneck, so to speak.
Yeah.
And like, I think it's kind of like basically zombies. It's like, the reason it scares me is because it's this thoughtless, this massive amount of a living thing that just eats, like, without thinking, and just, you know, like zombies.
Yeah.
It's like The Walking Dead. It's like, it feels like that.
You think that's why zombies are so popular?
I think that zombies I had a zombie dream last night. I was just like telling my mom, like, I have them quite a lot, and apocalyptic in a burning city at night, like running, and there's like, sometimes they're fast moving, sometimes they're slow.
Whoa.
Last night, it was quite a long dream, and I was like in one room, it was night, and I was in one room the whole dream, and like one slow moving zombie would come in, and I would like see it and like kind of move away from it and keep, you know, and then I killed a few. And then, but that's loud. It was like World War Z shit. Like, it was like loud. And then, but they were slow. They weren't like running in that fast way. But then every time I tried to get out of the room, another one would be coming in, one at a time.
Wow.
What do you think? Do you know what it meant?
I totally know what it meant.
What?
I had a lot of like loss in the last couple of years, like human loss, and I think that's what it was really about, was like, because it's just one thing happening after the next, and you can't get out of the... It's weird though, because I had a kind of death loss this year that made me confront it in a way that was unlike any other death that I've experienced. And it actually freed me in this huge way that I didn't expect of how I thought about death. Because I was like the number one hater of death before this loss. And losing Sina like made me feel like, oh, it's gonna happen to me. Yeah. Even still, when I lost like people to sickness, or like my grandma, like there was a lot of people that died in the last 5 years in my life, but like none of them, I still felt like impervious to death. I was like, somehow I'm not gonna have, it won't, I don't know. It's just like, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, no,
It's coming.
it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You just gotta live the shit out of every single second.
Yeah.
No other thing to do.
Yeah. Well, and movies are a chance to, I always think, to kind of practice this stuff a little bit. You know, like, you know, the thing, which kind of comes back to horror, is, you know, that horror is about the strangely therapeutic value of confronting your worst fears in a safe environment.
Totally.
Right? You know,
Totally.
and so, you know, I think, and
Like,
that
what's your worst fear?
my
Death?
worst fear is losing the
It's
people
terrible.
that I love. That's my worst fear, not my own death. I won't be around for that.
I think I share that.
Yeah.
That was a big existential thing for me growing up.
Yeah.
I would have dreams about it. I would have dreams
Yeah.
about dying. I remember one very specific dream, and I died. And
You died in the dream?
I didn't. The act of dying didn't happen, but I knew I was dead.
Okay.
And I was a spirit.
Yeah.
And I was floating over our house.
Oh my God.
And I was overwhelmed with sadness for having to say goodbye to my family.
Yeah.
It wasn't my own death. It was
It's the saying goodbye
It
to
was the
people.
saying goodbye to my family. I woke up crying.
Yeah.
Because that was what was terrifying. It's also the thing of getting older. I've never ever been afraid of aging. You know, in some ways, when I was a teenager, the idea of being 50
That's
was
because
was
you don't.
dope.
I mean, like, come on, dude.
But I was never afraid of it, except for the fact that as I got older, the more I realized that the people I love are also going to get older,
Yeah.
and I didn't want them to get older.
Yeah.
Well, you haven't
You know.
you've never really lost any primary.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I'm afraid of what will happen when that happens.
Well, you'll be real sad.
Yeah.
It's weird. You just, you
Yeah.
just do it.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's this weird thing because now it's just like, it's gonna fucking happen.
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody, like, it's like,
Do you feel freed by that?
yes, I
That's
was
amazing.
freed by it in a way. Like, also, like, it is freeing. You have literally no choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you do not let it free you, the alternative is to just be all and dragging your knuckles down the street. Like, you
Yeah.
can't do that.
Yeah.
Like, that's like, what's the point of that?
Yeah.
You could do that for an hour and then you gotta, like,
Get
have
your
a glass
shit
of water
together.
and, you know, go
Yeah.
go on.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like, so it's so weird. You just get fucking forced into it with no, like, it's like a savage, it's so savage.
Yeah.
Because it's swift and it has no
Yeah. It doesn't let you know
premonition
what its
to
schedule
it.
is, or,
And it's no.
Yeah. Are you a believer?
Of what?
Paranormal, supernatural, ESP, aliens, any of it?
Spiritual realm.
I'm going to tell you a story and I'm going to show you a video. Okay, so Sina died on a Thursday morning, and I heard on Friday. And actually, I hadn't talked to him in months. 1 week went by, and on the following Saturday weekend, after the funeral, so now it was like this, it had gone, and like I was alone, and I wasn't alone. My cousin Netta was with me like every day. She slept over here, and we were just like together. Yeah, it was Saturday, and she was working, and I was like, I called her, and I was like, it was like 3, and she's like, I'm gonna close the shop, because I was like, I don't know, I feel weird. And she's like, I'm gonna close the shop and come over. You need to eat, and let's get out of your house and all this stuff. So she comes over, and there's this cat that lives in this neighborhood named Isabella. I might have even mentioned her to you a long time ago because she's a friendly cat that lives in my hood, and when I was about to make Girl, I did think of her. I was like, she's so friendly. Like, of course it was Sina's cat. Like, there's no, Masuka's like.
Yeah.
But at 4 o'clock, Isabella comes right there to the front door. I'm like, oh, Isabella's here. That's so nice, you know? And Netta came over right when the cat came over. And we both like cats. And she's like, we say hi to her. And she's just like super friendly, and she's just like right there. I've never once fed this cat. I've lived here for 6 years or whatever. I've never once fed this cat, so she's not coming for food. So she's like, let's go get Chinese. 4 o'clock, okay? So we leave, go to the Chinese restaurant, have a long afternoon there, talking, whatever. Come back at like 6:30, a couple hours. She's just sitting right there still. That's a long time in
Yes.
the first place. We're like, oh, she's still here. Hi, Isabella. So we come inside, and another hour goes by. She's sitting right there looking into the house. It's now like been almost 4 hours. I would open the door and pet her, and you could just see like through in the squares. You're sitting there. And I was just like, and Nita, like, we were both, it was instantly that we were both like, what's up with this cat?
Yeah.
And like, if some energy of Sina was gonna come to see me, wouldn't that be such a good choice? You know? The sun set, so then it got dark. You couldn't see her without going and looking, you know? And we were like, let's watch a movie at like 8, right? 8:30. We put on Annihilation, which was actually like a really trippy movie to watch right then because it's so psychedelic,
Yeah.
you know, and about like this like loss and just, you know, like. So we watched the movie. It's loud as fuck, and and I'm deaf-ish, and Netta during the movie was like, "Do you hear that?" And I'm like, "No," and she's like, "Pause the movie, pause it." And you hear this, right? It's night now, so you can't see her. So we pull back the thing and look at her, and she's going like this. And we were both like, that's fucking crazy. And I was like, what should we do? And Netta's like, you have to let her in.
Yeah.
So we paused the movie, let her in, and she's like, you know what? Just say it's him and have a conversation with him.
Wow.
So the cat like walked in, went straight down the hall, went into my office to the computer, which actually Sina hooked all of that up, and there's a lot of his vibes in there, which was, but whatever. And then came back out here, and she sat here. I had a conversation, whatever. Mostly I just said like, I hope you're doing okay. That's really, I didn't have any questions. I didn't have, the only thing I could think was like, I hope that you're okay where you are right now, you know? And opened the door and put the cat back outside. Continued to watch the movie. Half an hour later, she's like, I hear it again. Open the door and the cat's doing that. So the movie ends, the cat's still standing there. At some point, doing this, at some point I was like, I have to film it because I'm never gonna believe it. If you hadn't come over today and this had happened, I would retell the story in a few weeks and just probably have forgotten. I probably wouldn't have ever told the story either because it's like, I had a witness with me in a way.
Yeah.
And like, she left at like 10:30 and the cat was still there. She left and like, the cat stayed there until close to midnight. And I was like, I hope she stays forever, you know? Like, and I gotta show you the video now because you're gonna like, you gotta see like.
Should we come over there?
Where is it? Oh, here it is. And let me just show you that.
Oh.
I was really, yeah. I was.
Wow.
Do you wanna come in here? Huh?
Wow.
Isn't that weird? I mean, it was hours and hours.
Just sitting there in the door.
Look, watch. What the fuck?
Wow.
I mean, what the fucking fuck?
Yeah. That is very bizarre for a cat to behave that way.
You can't like not deny
Just
like
scratching,
and it's this
trying to get
peaceful,
in.
weird, like staring right at your.
Wow.
So still. It's strange.
Yeah, it is.
I believe in magic like 10,000 times. This is the most amazing thing. It's like magic.
Well, on that note, we should, we'll get out of your hair.
Wow.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh my God,
This was a
that
wonderful
like,
conversation.
I did not expect to go into the realms of the. I have no idea what we talked about, except for that
Well, there's a record of it, luckily.
Oh my God.
All right, so let's, we can
It's
read.
so
I
funny.
think they need you to sign a thing.
Just gonna sign this.
Okay.
One appearance release.
Okay.
For you, and then there's that location release.
I love your house. It's
Okay,
so
cool.
great.
And then just one more signature.
This is
because
scary.
of the you took the right one. Thank you so much.
This is scary. Because I'm like, wait. What? Who's gonna listen to this?
No one. No, I don't. We don't
That
know.
was the most fun.
That was
and
amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank
Okay,
you.
good.
That was an amazing conversation.
I
Thank you for
really
your-
missed you. It's so nice to
really was.
reconnect.
I love you. I'm so
I
proud
love
of
you
you. And
too.
everything you're doing is so wonderful.
I'm so excited for you guys too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Love you. Thanks.
Bye. Oh, 3 hugs. Thank you so much for everything. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Up next, our hilarious and poignant conversation with Rick and Morty co-creator Dan Harmon.
This has been Visitations. Be sure to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen so you never miss an episode. Visitations is a Shudder original podcast. Download the app or visit shudder.com to start your free 7-day trial. Visitations was created by SpectreVision, hosted by Daniel Noah and myself, Elijah Wood. Executive produced by Daniel Noah, Josh C. Waller, Lisa Whalen, and me. Produced by Elisa Yeris. Our on-set producer was also Elisa Yeris. Edited and mixed by Graham Resnick. Our post-supervisor was Lauren Magura. Production sound provided by Brian Curley. Our PA is Guillermo Patricios. Our stills photographer was Lisa Consol. Original artwork by Jay Shaw. For Shudder, Owen Shiflett and Nicholas Lazo. And our music was composed by Bad Bad Not Good.